Every theme park has a ride lineup, a combination of rides that's supposed to make that park unique, but how different are these lineups? When you narrow it down, quite a few theme park lineups are pretty much the same, right? Take a look at some roller coasters from 4 of the most thrilling UK theme parks. You might think these rides are different, but if we simplify it, all of these rides are launch coasters. What about these 4? Sure, these rides look slightly different with different colours, heights, manufacturers and themes, but if you take away everything that makes them unique, you're just left with the fact that they're all inverted coasters with slightly different layouts. Considering the fact that those rides I just showed you all provide similar ride experiences, it's clear that those 4 UK theme parks have some similarities in their roller coaster lineups, and it seems like quite a few theme park lineups could be simplified into the tall one, the fast one, which is usually but not always a launch coaster, the one with the steep drop, and the inversion focused one. After building those 4 rides, if the park has a bit more money to spend, there might be rides with other unique selling points like a spinning coaster or a flying coaster. Of course, different lineups suit different theme parks better. These 4 UK theme parks I've just shown you are mostly focused on thrilling, roller coaster based experiences. So building an inversion based ride, a speed focused ride, a ride with a steep drop and a tall ride would mean the park has a little bit of everything, giving guests more options, so if someone didn't want to experience a lot of inversions, they have other attractions to go on instead. More family-focused theme parks, or parks that focus more on flat rides than roller coasters, wouldn't have that much in common with these parks because they're both trying to achieve different things and build rides for different target audiences. But aside from trying to appeal to a certain audience, what other factors are causing theme parks to add similar attractions to their lineup? A theme park's lineup could be influenced by what kind of elements or standout features are popular on roller coasters at the time the park is building them. For a while, a lot of parks were trying to build roller coasters taller than the last, or how ride layouts with a lot of inversions used to be what many parks wanted, resulting in rides like Colossus at Thorpe Park or the Smiler at Alton Towers, which means a lot of rides end up sharing similar elements and characteristics. Another factor that can determine what rides get added to a park's lineup is who the park's operator is. Alton Towers and Thorpe Park have 2 rides in their lineup that are similar to one another, Nemesis Inferno and Nemesis, now known as Nemesis Reborn, which are both B&M inverts, and Rita and Stealth, which are both Intamin accelerator coasters. At the time those rides opened, Thorpe Park and Alton Towers were both operated by Two Swords. Busch Gardens Tampa and SeaWorld Orlando are both operated by United Parks & Resorts Inc., and both have a premier ride Skyrocket in their lineup, Icebreaker and Tigress. Even though those 2 rides don't share the same layout, 2 other rides at theme parks operated by the same group, Tempesto at Busch Gardens Williamsburg and Electric Eel at SeaWorld San Diego, have the same layout as Tigress, showing that there are clear similarities in lineups between parks operated by the same group. The age of a park can also determine what rides are in their lineup. Let's compare Pleasure Beach, which has been operating since 1896, to Epic Universe, which has been operating for a few months. Pleasure Beach has a lot of older rides still in their lineup, with their oldest being 102 years old. In 10 years, 3 more of their roller coasters will have turned 100. Due to their many years of operation, Pleasure Beach now has a combination of new, smoother attractions and older, slightly less comfortable ones. While Epic Universe only has modern rides, with many smooth and visually interesting themed ride experiences, such as the illusion of the train flying off the tracks on Minecart Madness or the racing aspect on Stardust Racers. Despite the age difference between these 2 parks, there is one similarity they share. Take a look at the Grand National, a wooden coaster that has 2 trains racing each other. Now look at Stardust Racers, a steel coaster that has 2 trains racing each other. Despite one ride being 90 years old and the other being less than a year old, they still have that racing aspect in common, which also means how innovative different roller coaster manufacturers are can influence ride lineups too. There's only so many ways to change the seating arrangement on the train, and there's only so many unique ride concepts before manufacturers run out of ideas. So there's always going to be similarities between certain rides. And if only the most expensive manufacturers experiment with different ride types, parks with less money aren't going to have many interesting rides in their lineup. This also means the amount of money a park has plays a big part in their lineup too. If a park has a lot of money to work with, they're more likely to buy rides from more expensive manufacturers like B&M because they can afford to. Let's compare Alton Towers to Flamingo Land. They both have flying coasters, but they're made by different manufacturers. Alton Towers has a B&M flying coaster, while Flamingo Land's flying coaster is manufactured by Zamperla. These parks are able to offer the same experience, the feeling of flying, but for a different price tag. Alton Towers spent £12 million on their flying coaster in 2002, which would be worth just under £16 million if it was constructed in 2013, when Hero opened, while Hero cost Flamingoland £8 million, though they definitely should have saved their money. Overall, there are many factors that go into creating a theme park's roller coaster lineup that determine whether it will be unique or similar to the lineup of another park. With there only being so many ride types offered by different manufacturers, there are always going to be parks that have lineups featuring similar rides, or rides with the exact same layout. Despite sometimes having similarities, the theme parks I've mentioned have many people visiting them each year, which must mean that these roller coaster lineups don't play as large a part in helping the park stand out as people might think. Ultimately, similarities between rides and theme park lineups don't really matter. There are other factors like the park's themes, colour palettes, soundtracks and atmosphere combined with their lineup that can make a park memorable and worth a visit, not just what kind of rides they have. What do you think? Do you mind some parks having similar lineups? Why not let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video and are interested in roller coaster content, feel free to subscribe so that you can be notified when I next upload. Thanks for watching, bye!